Okay, I'm going to assume at this point you know some things because you should be able to do some of this by yourself. One, you should be able to use the center point rectangle to create a rectangle here and add the dimensions that you see here. So B to C, or A to B, the length is 8. B to C is 4 across there. A to D, the thickness of it is 0.75. E, between those two, we're going to discuss here in a minute, is 3.88 centered. So that means it's on the center of this right here. But it's the distance between the arcs there. F is that diameter, 2.75. I would do it on this surface right there and extrude it out 2.25. Then we're going to talk about the hole going through there, which is G. It's a 2.23 hole that is centered, and it does go through the entire part. And then we're going to, we'll talk about this 1-inch wide slot. So what I did is I went ahead and did some stuff because I figured you could get it done already and do it just as fast. So we'll move on to that right there, and I'm going to assume you can do this. So pause this video, get it to this point, and then we'll go from there. All right, so now you should have started the video again, and I'm going to show you how to do the slots. Right click on this, we're going to click New Sketch, and I'm going to look View Normal 2 at this point. All right, so I'm going to look right at this one, and I'm going to go ahead and create a slot by drawing a feature in right here like this. I'm going to hit Escape, Start, draw another line over here about like this. I'm going to hit Escape. I'll draw another line about like this. Right there. I'm going to hit Escape, draw another line right here like this, hit Escape. I'm going to draw an arc, 3-point arc that goes from there to there and something like this. I actually like that tangent arc. I probably should do that one. So I draw a tangent arc that goes from here to here. It has a tangent field to it. So I'm going to do tangent from here to here, and that one's already done, tangent there to there. This one should be a tangent here to here. This one should be a tangent here to here. I'm going to do a collinear constraint between this endpoint and that endpoint right there. I'll do the same from here to here, so these make these the same thicknesses. I can say that these two are equal to one another right there. So they're equal, and I can put a dimension on one of them. That makes it it's a 1-inch slot. Actually, instead of doing that, let's see what happens here. I'm going to right click and I want to right click on that and delete that dimension because it was important for them to point out that this is a 1-inch slot across right here. So that should be 1 inch right there. So it should be 1 inch across. Did I do this where I did a horizontal constraint between here and here? Probably did not. That's okay. So I'll do a dimension that goes, let's try to do from the end point here to that. So those ends on that is E, that is 3.88. All right. So that's where those ends are. So that should have completed that. Oh, let's just see if I put this on here, that there is a diameter on that. So it's going to over dimension it. 0.5, that should be it. That should have done it. So that's a little bit of a loss for words. That should have completed that. Okay, and I think the last thing we need to do here is do is equals constraint. Make sure that this one and this one are equal, because we don't know where that was located. This one ended up being a little bit shorter than that one, so they had to be equal on both sides. All right, so that works out. So we're going to finish that sketch right there, and we're ready to extrude. So I'm going to click extrude this one, and I'm going to make it go through all. So it's going to go in the other direction, and we want to remove it. So that's it. So that's our part right there. So now we can double click our mouse wheel, right click on it, click the create a drawing part, and it's not metric, so we're going to go with the inch. I like the B size. You can still do A, but B size generally keeps them at a decent scale, so they're easy to see and put dimensions on. There's plenty of space. Right click, enter, and then we're going to go to show hide the hidden lines, hide the tangent lines. Right click, show the hidden lines, hide the tangent lines. Right click, show the hidden lines. Right click, hide the tangent lines. Grab this one and just move it a little bit. Okay, So then I'm going to put my center lines in first. So I'm going to put a center line here, and I'll put a center line here. We could put center points in there. I don't know if it would do it. Yeah, it does them on that view. It would automatically be right there. And we can put in center points on this one and this one also, so they're tiny in there. But let's see how this works out. So I'm going to start by putting in a dimension. Let's see, we'll start with putting in the dimension for the hole right here. On this one that goes through, I'll put a dimension, just a regular dimension right here. What that is right there. So this is a 2 decimal place drawing. Oops. 2 decimal place drawing. So that's good on that one. So we got the diameter of the hole there. I'm going to pick some easy things to kind of go through here. And that's first, I want to go from here. I want to put a dimension on from there to, I want to do a dimension that goes from this to this. Can I do that? So it's going to put them in the middle, and that's just, I think that I'm okay with that. Because once we know what this number is right here, we know that this is a 1/2 inch, and that's a 1/2 inch, and it ends up being 388. And I do think that's a strange way to do that kind of dimension, because when they were drilling it, they would drill a hole there, or that's where they would run the center of their mill to the end mill to. So I'm going to be okay with that one. We'll leave this one here at 8, and from here to here is 4. So that's our overall. And then the only other thing we've got to worry about is whatever this thickness is right here, and I can leave it right there in line with the other one, so that looks good. Everything else is centered. We'll go down here, pick this part number right there, and we will go with the part number is 211-6-58. Nope, we needed the name of the part first. That's pipe support. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. Pipe support. Support, and then the part number is 211-6-58. Okay, finish that sketch, double click the mouse wheel, and that's where you submit it.